I see the faces very often of Sachin Shetty and Atul Chavan, always there to bless us in some form or the other. But I think this is, I think we keep on talking about innovations and we keep on talking about technologies in the defense and obviously in the semiconductors. Today I think is going to be one of the most unique innovations and the most unique development actually, wherein we are going to have a complete drone manufacturing production facility in India, purely under the guidance and the assistance and the support of CYGR, actually France. So I think they have really come forward, especially at the need of the hour, because we all remember that we just went through Operation Sindoor, and after having the success in the Operation Sindoor, it was something that our Indian government wanted to be more ahead than the others, and to do so, the Indian government immediately announced emergency procurement of almost 20,000 crores, in which the main focus was drone and anti-drones. We had started our journey in the drones and anti-drones, but we were actually trying to have the concept of a drone running continuously in the air. But I think India needed more than that. And I think when we looked into all the requirements, we found out that CYGR France is one of our best partners in the whole episode. And we then started approaching, and instrumental enough, Dr. Zaina played a pivotal role in trying to bring two like-minded technocrats together. CYGR obviously is my elder brother. I continue to be the younger brother in this business. And thanks to Vimananu to have taken special time to come here. So the idea behind this facility is going to be, there are 2-3 unique parameters which differ from the others. And one is, when India talked about a lot of these drones having Chinese components in the system, here is CYGR going to produce a complete drone, 100% indigenized in RRP setup in Navi Mumbai. And that is one of the biggest, I think, innovations that we have thought about. And more importantly, every part that we make, right from the fin to the housing, to the body and the software, everything will be in-house.
And you don't have full sovereignty, full control on avionics, telecommunications, transmissions, payloads, everything. If you don't have full sovereignty, you don't control everything. And we've been telling the world this for the last 15 years. And the world started listening only in the past 3 years, when everything happened with Ukraine. And we started to see that China controls everything. Everything. They dominate the world. Whatever you need to go through them. And when you build drones, you look at the newspapers in the US, in Europe, everywhere, 95 to 98% of the drone industry is collapsing because they have dependency on autopilot, on software, on everything coming from China. So this is what we bring today on the table. This is what we have. All the software, no backdoor, all the critical avionics are fully in-house. And this is what we are bringing on the table. And combining this with the unique capability of RRP in terms of semiconductor, this will be something huge, not only for India, but for the global market, for exportation. So I'll not go through these lines, but just to tell you that we've been doing this for a long time.
In two countries. What we are building today is an ecosystem combining French superior technology with Indian technology and manufacturing muscles. What we found with RRP is the ideal partner for us to scale up. And it's a bilateral relationship that will go beyond just producing or providing a UAV system to the country, but rather it will be a partnership that I hope Dr. Raj will go beyond 7 years to be in a position to innovate new products and manufacture at a large scale and export not only to India but globally. Our partnership today will not only go into, as I said, manufacturing a single product or a single line of products, but we are rather creating an ecosystem in India where we transform. Our project is to transform India into an oasis of innovation and a global technological hub. India on its own has an amazing technological path. What we are doing is to contribute to making it even stronger and more innovative.
Immediate nice story for India. So with our products that we have a plethora of products under our portfolio. With this plethora and made in India, it's going to change the entire landscape of air defense of India. So congratulations, guys.
To start. You know, the foundation for what's happening today coincidentally was laid by the CDS yesterday when he made some statements which go very well with what we do today. We couldn't have timed it better. And I'll quote the CDS, what he said. In today's warfare, you cannot win with yesterday's weapon systems. Today's warfare has to be fought with tomorrow's technology. This is exact quoting the CDS. And I'm so very happy that he allowed us to laid the foundation on which we're going to carry it forward from here. He emphasized on tomorrow's technology. What we faced in Ops and Dhur, we hit where we wanted to hit with precision, with the desired effects that we sought. What the party is trying to do, we were able to prevent them from doing what they intended to do. But having said that, this ideation of this conflict is behind us. We are into technologies which evolve by the day. You know, all of us have watched Tom and Jerry in our younger days. Right? There's always some new mischief that comes up, and you need to have a counter for that. I take the people from the defense background, I take you back to the days of when tanks were evolving. Each innovation with a tank came up with a counter technology with a counter tank weapon. Okay, anti-tank weapon. But it happened at a pace which was much slower. Today we are dealing with drones where technology is moving much ahead of time.
Thank you for the question. First of all, in terms of artificial intelligence, today we find a necessity to embed it in pretty much any system that is to be a futuristic system. So from that point onward, when we are designing various aspects of our platform, we embed the artificial intelligence. Whatever needs to be automated, whatever needs to have a quick reaction, an ability to perform in a split of a second, we embed this artificial intelligence. We have several algorithms on the various levels of the platform. Again, we will not go into the details because again, it's part of the ends of the technology that we would like to keep it as well a little bit proprietary. But we have it at several levels. At the software level that controls our UAVs, and at other levels as well in terms of communications and in terms of avionics. And this is basically our internal structuring and our internal governance. We take the necessary measures in terms of ensuring that it's a fail-safe product. So in case there's a malfunction, we have some sort of redundancy to mitigate this malfunctioning. Moreover, we make sure that we have enough decoys in our system, not only the UAVs, but the telecom or every system that we produce, so that it's very difficult to reverse engineer it. Also, we have certain measures that whenever our systems, if they fall in the wrong hands, ideally they should not be falling in the wrong hands because everything would be done by the book and through governments. But in case this happens, we do have our internal procedures to be able to destruct whatever we don't want it to be caught in the wrong hands.
They will continue to complement each other. As I said, semiconductors was the need of the state, it was the need of the nation. We were good enough to be qualified for that program, which was anticipated only because when we did our electro-optics journey, we found out that the biggest challenge was getting the compound semiconductor chips. And that is why we ventured into semiconductors and we set up that facility. But as you see, all the RRPs have actually been trying to help each other. I think it's basically semiconductor will be on this one side, and defense RRP defense will be a part of the electro-optics group. So it will follow the tide with the S4E. Semiconductors will follow the tide with the electronics. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it's all going to be RRP. And all RRP because it's all because of the lady who's sitting here, my wife Priyanka. She is a creation. She's been my creation. I was just talking to my Major General sir also. And I think that's the biggest compliment I have achieved. And I keep on getting nice surprises in the coming times. And I think it's, I was never an entrepreneur. I got married and she made me an entrepreneur. And ever since she has been only taking, and it's a very honest opinion, I don't want to flatter her. But we're blessed with some two good children. Anna is here and he keeps on helping us in the coming times. He's going to be a good support for the family. So that name actually, the Cosmic Energy has played a very important role. And today I think we get opportunities, like I'm telling you, CYGR, this opportunity in drone production facility. I would, with all due respect, I have never seen this sort of a combination for the need of the hour product, because you see, we all know that there are very good entrepreneurs in drones, making good drones, but obviously everybody had the same opinion that it's a blend of models brought together and a design is being made from today. But I think because of the opportunities that CYGR has in the independent capacity, the facility is mainly to meet the Indian market. But I think, if you ask me, I think within 4 months we'll have this production set up and running, actually, for sure. No two ways about it.
And what will be the location be in Vimananu itself?
हाँ, जीना मरना उसी गली में सर। सर वहीं पे जिया है, वहीं पे हमने जहाँ पर सेमीकंडक्टर हम वहीं रहेंगे. They liked the facility. We showed them the premises. We showed them a new premises, and I think all that obviously our MD Saab is going to lead the light, and he's going to do the. He's created semiconductors he'll create this drone facility also. I am just a talker, sir. Yes. I think today our prosperity and our success has been only because of the way the government has been supporting us unconditionally. And I think where there is ethics, there is success. This government, we are blessed. They have unconditionally come ahead to support us in all sectors. And I think we have also mentioned that, you know, when we set up this facility, we will be also trying to avail some subsidies for the drones. And I think while we did that, we had some news from the center that for every R&D that you set up for the drone, they will obviously give us a subsidy, which could be around 30%, I think. So, in fact, we were about to sign an MOU last week to take the allotment of the land for the semiconductors, but I think that should happen this week. And the government is wanting to push us to set up everything. And I think Maharashtra, obviously, because I live in Maharashtra, but to be very honest, I think our state and our present government is actually working towards creating a very strong ecosystem. To answer the self-reliant, I think we are, with all due respect, we will be day one self-reliant, and I think maybe then George or Shazad can add. But because if you see, we are now partners, so we are together. So whatever we do together. So as I kept on saying, you know, and this is going to be a very transparent domain which people will witness, buyers will witness. So everything that we make, everything, right from the fin to the housing, to the engine, everything will be done locally. What we are going to only buy from the market is going to be plastics and the metals. And on the autopilot, we will be depending on some chips which are coming directly from CYGR. So, and this is the hardcore fact. So this is the most unique parameter I felt, which has taken India to a different level. And times, with all due respect, will tell how effective we'll be in terms of customizing technologies to the need of the hour. And Operation Sindoor, obviously, after being a success, there are a lot of new things that have emerged out, which our guest of honor has already highlighted, which can be very comfortably handled by this group, actually. And more importantly, I feel that, you know, we are here not only to give the best technology, best than the best, but at the same time, I can categorically confirm that whatever we produce will be 30% cheaper than the other international bid, and that is a big asset to India under Make in India. You know, there's a lot of things that George has told me, which I want to keep it under the carpet. I really like the way George spoke. He spoke from his heart. He's a mind man, he's a technology man, but today what he spoke was from the heart, and when heart and heart meets, I think it's going to be a very lethal combination. But I think my mentor has been Dr. Kakorkar sir, and I have a target that, you know, I have to create a nano diamond battery, which will be the most effective battery, which has a shelf life of 24,000 years. And this is something which is next on my card. And I'm glad that I've got these guys with me who is going to help me in doing that. We are almost 30% in the technology. We need another 70%. So I have a target of 1,000 days, and I want to do it before that. So that's my next project. It will be quite intensive. It's going to be...
We import. We importing, and the challenge with the import that comes in is that if someone is ahead of the technology loop, he can take over, he can utilize the tools before we get effective. This is a foundational change, this relationship that brings to the table here. The foundational change is that we'll make it here. That's the first process. The complete end-to-end, we make it here. It's going to be progressive. I do understand that it needs to get ready, that will come up in due course of time. But the MOU covers the whole range of creating it here. So that's a foundational change. Second thing which I spoke about, which George spoke about, the Academy for Innovation.